I'll probably do that. I've done that for years, as I'll come in instead of, once again, to waste your guys' time and my time. And as Bob said, I'm going to try to be as blunt as I can. And why did we do well? Why did we not? And we have a plan to win here, and there's 4 things: play great defense, win the turnover, score in the red zone, and have a strong kicking game. And play great defense, for example, people first think, well, that means play good defense. No, the quarterback has to play really, really good defense. That means we're a little bit unique. On 3rd down and 14, we're not one of those teams that are going to throw it all the time 15 yards. Our objective to play great, if we have a plan to win, if it says just throw the ball and have fun and, just whatever, then you throw the ball down the field. We won't do that. Our objective is to stay out of 3rd and 14 and be in manageable situations. So every 3rd day, for example, if I told you red zone is critical, obviously ball security, that's every coach in the country stands up and tells you that. But you'll see if Carlos Hyde's having a hell of a day and I see that ball come away from his body one time, he's out. He gets out of the game. If I see our quarterback not taking care of the ball, he comes out of the game. And those kids all know that. And the same thing with receivers. When you say red zone, every 3rd day in practice, spring practice, training camp, and during the fall, we go and spend the whole day down in the red zone. So we spend a lot of time down there. Understanding that it doesn't, like goal line defense, I want to say sometimes your defense at max gets it 12 to 15 times a game. However, that's the money down. So on offense, we get paid to score touchdowns, not kick field goals, so we spend a lot of time down there. And then great kicking game as I coordinate it, and our best players are on it, so there's an emphasis. So that's a little bit about our plan to win. But we'll talk about that every week when I come in and visit with you guys after a good day or bad day, and I'll explain to you did we follow the plan to win. It's amazing that when you have 2 good teams going against each other, it's those 4 categories. And it's just something for years and years when I was assistant coach, I used to sit and say, what are the critical factors? Because there's a bunch of them. You can come up with 87 parts to the plan to win. Yeah, Chris Leak. That's a great question. And Chris Leak is a guy that was not asked to, he just didn't lead very much. When we got down there, he was just finished his sophomore year, very good passer, not a very good leader. Chris would tell you that, and it became a very good leader, won a national championship. So I saw, I would say Braxton Miller, and this is not throwing Braxton underneath the bus, it's just what I saw. There wasn't a whole lot of leadership between him and the receivers, and there was not a whole lot of relationship there, and now it's a much different animal. We just kept thinking of ways that I've always tried to, I think we always, sometimes not always, but we lose sight of why we do what we do, and one is to enhance the collegiate experience. I love students. That's why, big reason why I do what I do and our coaches do what they do is we believe in that. In the spring, we did a couple of functions with the students, including a town hall meeting, including the practice open to students. We were going to do a community service project. It was just too late to get that done. And then this is just something that I wanted to somehow tie our students in with our team. The great thing is, first year they're going to be here for the first 3 games. And so we sent out 50,000 or 60,000 emails with a YouTube video on it, and everybody has a dream. My dream is to see that entire stadium before a big game getting ready to rock and roll at 23 minutes left. Last thing we do before we go to the locker room is address our student body with some kind of energy. And so for selfish reasons, maybe our guys will, that helps them get ready to play. But I think also in an unselfish reason, it's giving ownership of the program to our students, which is every kid wants to be a part of this team, every student at Ohio State. I would think, maybe not every, but majority. So that's just our way of giving back. And we will certainly continue to. I've never witnessed that. When we were here, and when I was here 25 years ago, there was not that. I even asked them, they weren't sure when that started, but I think that's a great idea, and I can't wait to be a part of it. Well, they're not very well thought of. They lost a lot of games, most games since 1800s or something I read somewhere. There's a lot of reasons that, the John Simons, Sabinos, and those kind of guys, that's their legacy. They're going to be known as that group. And so I don't want them to be that group. And that's part of the angry. And there's a lot of them had not one thing to do with anything. So like you said, I'm speaking a little bit with a forked tongue. I don't want to talk about it at the end of the season. However, I'm going to utilize any form of motivation that I can to get guys angry. because I love coaching angry teams. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like a group of kids that, that really want to prove someone wrong or prove something to someone. That's every coach's dream, as opposed to the fat cat that sits back and, hey, we're good and don't worry about it. What are you getting at, Tim? I haven't coached a game yet. How much better equipped than 87?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. It's like it's a tough job.
My lifestyle in '87. If I didn't eat, if I didn't know where the happy hours were, or if Wendy's didn't have their $2 special on salads, I think so, and training table wasn't open. I just think that obviously the journey traveled makes you, am I ready for this? We'll all judge that here probably in the next week and the next 2 weeks, next 2 years. So I'm not even concerned. That's the kind of neat thing about where I'm at in my career. I don't care. I want to really work on getting this team ready for Miami, Ohio. I mean, everything I got. I'm not worried about, what's the legacy, what's this, what's that. I want to make the great state of Ohio proud and go win this darn game coming up. And look good doing it, because our kids deserve that. Our players, I tell you, if they didn't deserve that, our players deserve to play well on Saturday. So it's our job of our coaches to get them in positions to play well. Well, we've hammered it. I have seen a change. I think we've addressed it over and over and over again, and a good thing is we have competitors at those key positions. If you can't compete, why? Starting in January, everything was competition. Everything was evaluated. If you're a non-competitor in the classroom, non-competitor on the practice field, then you miss a ball, and then you're just a non-competitor, which is fine. There's plenty of non-competitors. They can't play for us, though. I mean, the guys might be a little slower, might not jump as high, but they're going to refuse to lose. And those are the guys that you'll see on the field on Saturday. So there is a little different culture change and shift, because we hammer that real hard. Oh, no. Twice. At Ohio State, I was a graduate assistant, but we still got thrown out. And then I was 27 years old and got fired at Colorado State. Shelly was 7 months pregnant, too, and it was a bad deal. Makes you want to work that much harder. What was the other? You got me in this fired thing here. Both you and Tim, appreciate that. I got third downs to work on here in a minute, and you got me.
I just don't like the pressure.
Okay. I wouldn't say excuse, it's real. You look at the evolution of Braxton Miller. He came in spring practice to be behind Terrell Pryor. And he signed here, and a kid's mindset was a lot of times if he wanted to go start somewhere as a true freshman, there were plenty of places would have took him. And then all of a sudden, bang, that's gone. Then all of a sudden you come to training camp and, am I really ready to do this? And he probably would not tell you that, but just being around athletes my entire life, that there was a little bit of angst as far as if he was prepared to do that. And he didn't perform as if he would early in training camp. I did some research on it. So I wouldn't say that's an excuse. That's absolutely real. True freshmen are hard to lead. I've never really had a true freshman come in and lead a team. It's really hard to do. Thanks, guys.